Okay, I'm Coach Skip, and I have your Monday CrossFit workout for Wildfire CrossFit. And so we're going to get into it today. We got 2 rounds, 30 seconds at each station. So we're going to start with a jumping squat or a squat jump, however you want to call it. And make sure when you get into this position, feet are about shoulder width apart. As you sit your butt down, really keep that chest up. As you're coming up, explode through the top and then reload every time. If you have your hands out in front, that's going to help you keep your chest up. If you let it go here, it gets real easy to let that chest drop down. So really focus on keeping that chest up through this movement and getting that explosion through the jump, and just keep that momentum going for that 30 seconds. Now, if that jump and that impact is too much, then just squat down and just stand up. And when you stand up, explode and really squeeze your glutes. So you do that intensity each time, and you get that movement going and get those hips warmed up. Then we're going to go into the jumping alternating lunge. So right leg, then left leg, and same thing. You're going down to that lunge position, jumping through to the other side, and just alternating back and forth for 30 seconds. Same thing, really focus on keeping that chest up the entire time. Then we're going into a straight arm burpee, otherwise known as a no push-up burpee, where you're jumping back and then right up and then jump at the top. So instead of doing all the way to the ground, you're just either jumping back and up or stepping back and then up. After that, we're going to go into a bumper plate thruster, or I'm sorry, bumper plate ground to overhead. So you're going to touch the top of that plate to the ground and then explode overhead and then right back down, again, keeping that chest up the entire time. And make sure when you go down, again, touch the top of the plate to the ground and then drive the top of the plate up towards the ceiling. Then we'll get into the thruster. And so same, holding the plate out to the side, squat and press. And press. And really make sure you get that head through the window on each one of these. Then we're going to a standing Russian twist. And so just back and forth with that plate, and notice that little twisting motion. If you need to grab a lighter plate for this one, go for it, or just do it without a plate and just go back and forth for 30 seconds. Then you're going to rest for 30 seconds and then stretch for a minute. Some of the stretches, you can do this saddle stretch where you're getting those knees wide and sitting back into those hips. You can do a thread the needle at the same time you're doing this one. You can do a pigeon stretch where you're getting that hip under and going back 20, 30 seconds each side. You can even do a child's pose stretch where you get those shoulders out in front and really getting that head through the window. Once you get that 30-second rest and that 1 minute of stretch, then go back through and do a second round. That second round, go a little bit harder and a little bit faster to get more out of it. For the strength today, we're going to be doing 2 jerk dips and then 1 jerk. And so we're really focusing on that speed through the middle and getting that power from our hips in each and every movement that we're doing. And so we will be going off the rack on these. If you really don't have a rack space or you're using dumbbells, that's okay too. You can just clean up that weight and start from that rack position. Now, how this is going to go is we're going to get that initial dip, and on that dip, we're hinging at the hip, and when we bend our knees, we're going to keep that chest up, and that's the most important piece, is keep that chest up and keep that bar stacked over our hips. If you bend and all of a sudden chest starts going forward here, all that weight is going to go forward, and you're not going to have the same stability in this one. So really make sure you get that dip, and then dip and drive. Or you can do a split where you get that same dip and then dip and drive. And so again, we're really focusing on that power of the hips and that speed underneath the bar. And so that's where that extra dip is going to come from. It's going to help you get more speed under the bar. Just make sure you do it right. Again, chest up, hinge at the hips. As you sit back, you're sitting back, your butt is going to lower, but you're hinging there, keeping that chest up. Then do that second dip, and then drive, or that push jerk. Dip, and really drive underneath that bar. So each set of those, you're going to go through that and do the 2 dips and then the jerk. Then you'll rest for a couple minutes and do another set. If you're using lighter weight and you're really limited on the weight you can do an extra couple of reps. So you could do 4 dips with 2 jerks, where you go 2 dips at a time. And then you do it again. Really make sure that not only are you getting that dip in there, but you're getting those hips open again before dropping underneath that bar. And that's where that power and speed is going to come from on this exercise. So you can always do that where you go, 3 or 4 reps every minute, on every 2 minutes on the 2 minutes for 8 rounds or so. The biggest thing is to get some good working strength in there today. Then finally, for the workout, we have got a classic. This is from the CrossFit Games from 2011, 2012, and 2018. It's a 7-minute AMRAP. So as many rounds as possible in 7 minutes. And you're going to be doing 3 thrusters and then 3 chest to bar pull-ups. And every round you're going up by 3 reps. And so add reps each round to go 3, then 6, then 9, then 12. You get the point, all the way up until that 7-minute time frame stops. On that thruster, that bar is going to be on the ground. You are going to clean it up. Then you're going to do that full squat and press, get that head through the window. As you come down, you're reloading that spring and then right back up again. And again, just like in the dip, we're focusing on that hip power and really driving that bar straight up and overhead every single time. On the first rep, every time you clean it up, you can do a squat clean right into your thruster. And that does count as a good rep in your first rep each time. Then we're also going to be doing chest to bar pull-ups. On that chest to bar pull-up, you're just a little bit wider with the hands, and then get that bar, that chest all the way to the bar each time. Your alternative, if you really don't have a spot to do your chest to bar pull-ups, you can do a jumping pull-up where you've got something where you're getting that head through, jump and pull, and just make sure you get that something to push off of, and so you're getting that jumping motion. So make sure when you're holding onto that bar, you're bent at the knees with straight arms, and then jump and pull, get that head through the window as high as you can, and then right back down into that next position again. So that's a good alternative if you're not quite there as far as the chest to bar or kipping pull-ups go. You can also, if you don't have a pull-up bar, you can also do the push-ups where you're going all the way down and all the way up. And make sure you get the chest to the ground and right up. Even if you're going off your knees, the same way, keep that torso straight. So 7 minutes, as many rounds as possible, 3 thrusters, and then 3 either chest to bar pull-ups. If you're close but not quite there, you can do a kipping pull-up instead. Or if you need to modify it further, you can go down and do that jumping pull-up. If you don't have a pull-up bar, just do the same thing, only with push-ups instead. So this is a 7-minute burner. Go hard, go fast, get a lot of reps in that short period of time. Have fun with it. Make sure you mark your score, because this is something we will do again. So thanks a lot, guys. We will see you soon. Have a great week.